So just come to a comfortable place. You can be seated, you can be laying down, using any supports that make you comfortable. Just starting to notice that you're here in your practice, that you're here in your body. You close your eyes or have a soft gaze. Feeling everything that's supporting you right now, feeling the earth, feeling any blankets, any pillows, feeling the ground that's holding up right now. Practice, we often talk about the vagus nerve, we talk about the somatic aspects of this practice of being in touch with our body, finding that connection to our body. The vagus nerve, again, is one of the longest nerves in our body, running from the brain all the way down through our major organ, and is really responsible for all the functions, the breathing, respiration, our heart rate, our digestion, our immune system. And it sends signals back up to our brain. And so, oftentimes in life, things happen, and how we experience them and process them can leave us in a sympathetic state, in that fight or flight state. And so we can use these types of practices, meditation, yoga, singing, cold water, walking barefoot, to reconnect and to, as they say, tone the vagus nerve. So being able to kind of slide in and out from the parasympathetic nervous system to the sympathetic nervous system. And so we'll do a few things this morning that will help tone the vagus nerve and really tapping into the parasympathetic nervous system. And one of them simply is our breath. Remembering it's always here for us, and sometimes it feels tough to get to. And understanding that, really having compassion for that. And so right now, just noticing your own breath, noticing how it's showing up. Notice where you feel the breath the most right now. And one of the ways we signal the parasympathetic nervous system is getting that breath deep into the belly and the ribs. I invite you to bring one hand to your lower belly. And just feel as if you're breathing into your hand. Sending the breath to I also invite you with your other hand, perhaps to bring that to your forehead. So continuing to send the breath to your belly, to the hand that's resting on your lower belly. And feeling the connection of the hand that's on your forehead. And then I invite you to gently switch. So bringing the other hand to your belly, the opposite hand to your forehead, continuing to breathe into your belly. And then resting this upper hand on your heart space. Still feeling the belly rise and fall. Start to deepen the breath, elongate the breath. Both the inhale and the exhale. Beautiful. And then we'll add another aspect into that. So we'll take a nice full inhale, and then I invite you to hum on the exhale, keeping the lips basically closed, and just a long hum, so a bumblebee breath, if you will. At your pace. Perhaps taking 2 more cycles, but always knowing you can stop whenever you like. We're already coming back to the natural breath. Just take a notice how you feel, notice any thoughts, any emotions. And then we might do a little bit of tapping, so also known as EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. So you can just take your fingertips and gently tap right along the forehead, above the brow, very gentle. And you might tap in through the center and then moving out towards the scalp. Breathing into this. Gently tapping right under the eyes, along the cheekbone. And again, you could tap in towards the nose, out towards the scalp. And then with either hand tapping right under the nose, over the upper lip. And then below the lower lip. An option, maybe both hands work along the jawline, towards the ear, and coming back. Breathing into it. And bringing one or two hands below the collarbone, down the spine. And then either hand tapping under the opposite armpit. You're using your right hand to the left, a little bit along the rib cage on the side. Beautiful. You can just rest your hands down. Full breath in. Long breath out. Picturing in your mind's eye something you feel grateful for in this moment. You come back to something that recently happened, look forward to, you're so grateful to have in your life. And then setting an intention for your practice. What would you like to cultivate your time on the mat, off the mat for the rest of the week? Nice. And bringing any movement to your body right now. Notice what wants to move, whether you're laying down or seated. Nice. And then we can meet up on our backs as you're ready. Take your time. And you might start by drawing the knees in. Maybe keeping the knees and feet together. We'll make just little circles here. Just creating a circle in the lower back to the middle back. And then reversing that. And then bringing the knees far apart and back together. So nice big circles this way. Warming up the hip, getting that synovial fluid flowing. It gets like honey when we sit or sleep, and then going in the opposite direction. Nice. Then we could draw the right knee in, perhaps lengthen the left leg. Your hands can be on top of your knee or behind the knee. Notice if your upper body is bracing in any way. Maybe let out a ha. Then we can switch sides. So left knee in, right leg long. Beautiful. Releasing the left leg. And if you have a strap nearby, you might take hold of that. It could be anything. It could be a towel, a bathrobe tie, or you can always use your hands if you prefer, sending the right foot up to the sky. And so find a place where your leg could be long. So it might be where your leg is further away from you. It's not about how close we can bring our leg, because if I try and bring my leg really close, I'm bending my knee. Find some length here. You're always welcome to have the left knee bent if that supports your lower back more. Just wide shoulders. Wonderful. And then we'll take that right leg and just bring it a little bit across the body. So maybe your heel is somewhere above your left hip or thigh. Noticing any sensations there, if there's any tingling. And we'll draw it back and a little bit out to the right, not much. And maybe if there's space to be had, to bring it a little bit back towards the right shoulder. Coming back to center. If it's at all interesting, turning your right foot a little bit to the left. I know I feel a strong sensation when I do that. All the way down to my glute or up to my glute. And then turning your right foot a little bit to the right, noticing the difference there. Come back to center. You can remove the strap if you have one. And then we'll do a little bit of flossing, so bending the knee and lengthening. You can keep your foot flexed. You can add in a point and a flex. Bending and lengthening. And we'll meet up with that knee bent, doing a little bit of some hip bars. So with the knee bent, you might draw that right leg out to the right in this bent knee position, like a half frog pose. The rest of our body stays basically still here as we press the right foot away. The hip is open, turning the leg to close the hip so the toes point up or even a little bit to the left, and then draw that knee back in. And then we'll reverse that action. Always moving away from pain. So if you're doing this and there's a painful spot, move up and over or down below it. Maybe doing another set like this. So good for blood circulation, healthy tissue in this joint, in all our joints. And if we could find the time to do CARs for our entire body each day, it would be really a nice thing. Beautiful. And then you can rest that leg down and we'll switch sides, sending the left foot up to the sky. Bend into your right knee or keep it long. Noticing the difference of the two sides. Check in with your shoulders, upper back. The breath. Beautiful. And then bringing that left leg just a little bit to the right. So your left heel is somewhere above your right leg, hip.
When you let go of fear, the truth will appear, so simple and clear. There's a feeling
And then we
inside,
can come back
so
to
deep
the
and
left a
so,
little bit outside
so
and
open
towards the
and
left
free.
shoulder. So I'm not very far off center.
When love is revealed, all beings are healed, so naturally. When
Nice.
you
And then we
let
can come back
go
to
of
center
fear,
and
the
perhaps
truth will
turning
appear,
your
so
left foot
simple
towards the
and
right.
clear.
A little bit of a turn. You might feel,
When you
I
let
feel a
go
pretty strong
of fear,
sensation down
the
kind of the
truth
outside
will
of my
appear,
left
so
calf.
simple and clear. Let your light show the way,
And then perhaps turning that
forever
left
to
foot
stay
off to the
in
left.
this circle of
Behind my
friends.
knee.
Let your heart be a guide to lead you
Beautiful.
inside
Coming back to
where love
center.
never ends.
And we can remove the strap. And again, do some
When
flossing of
you
the
let
sciatic nerve on
go
this
of
side.
fear,
So feel free to use
the
your hands if
truth
you'd like
will
behind your thigh
appear,
and bending your
so
knee
simple
and
and
lengthening the
clear.
leg.
When you let go of fear,
Softening the
the truth
shoulders.
will appear, so simple and clear.
Nice. And then we can meet up with that knee
When
bent.
love
Hip
overflows,
cars on this side as we
only let go.
open that left leg out to
Be
the left with
swept
a half
out to
frog
sea.
pose, pressing the left foot away, again staying out of
This
pain,
journey will
turning the toes
end
up and maybe
where it
even a drop towards the
started,
right.
my
We
friend,
pull that left
in the
leg back
heart's
in, and
mystery.
then we can reverse that. Maybe do another set. Beautiful. Sending that left leg long, right leg long, sweeping the arms behind you, taking a full body stretch here. You might roll into your wrists, your toes, your ankles. Beautiful. Now we can bend into our knees, bringing our feet a little bit closer to the pelvis. Do a couple of pelvic tilts, tilting the pelvis towards you, finding your neutral, and then tilting it away.
Down in a forest, in a clearing with no name. All of the leaves, their
And then
branches
finding your neutral and starting to turn on the core. So right away, we're gonna kind of zip up the rib cage here, engage the core. And as we engage the core, you might feel the pelvis start to tilt towards you, and that's perfect. Planting your feet to the ground, and we'll start to lift up the pelvis. Coming into a bridge pose, engaging in the glutes. Nice. Full breath in, full breath out. You're welcome to stay here. You're welcome to come down from here. You're welcome to lift up your right knee. Maybe send your right foot to the sky. And bring that right foot down. Same option for the other side. Wherever you are, nice full breath in. And exhale, releasing down as you're up. One vertebra at a time. Beautiful. And then let's draw the knees up. You might bring your hands behind your head, elbows out to the side. And then lengthening the right leg, option to lift the head, maybe bringing your right elbow towards your left knee. Come back through center, and then same option for the other side, lengthening the left leg, left knee towards, right knee, left elbow. And just alternating here. You can do this with the head down. So make this your own. More set. Beautiful. Releasing the head down. Let's draw the knees in, rock side to side. Full breath in. Side out. Beautiful. From here, you can roll to your side to come up. You can rock along your spine, however you'd like to get there. And we're going to take that right into tabletop. So just continuing that motion. Finding our way right into a tabletop. Having some spinal movement. So we'll take some cat-cows here. Wrists beneath the shoulders, knees hip-width apart. Full breath in. Belly drops. Exhale, rounding. And then just find your pace. Connecting your movement with your breath. Beautiful. And then finding that neutral spine. Let's sweep the right arm up towards the sky. On the exhale, we can thread that right hand behind the left. You're reaching over towards somebody. Inhale all the way back up. Maybe taking it 2 more times. And then from here, we'll take that right hand, bring it right in front of the left, sending the hips back, creating that active stretch where we're almost like pressing the right hand away. And maybe even sending the right hip a little bit back. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly coming on up, right hand can come back beneath the right shoulder as we inhale the left hand to the sky. Exhale, threading the left hand behind the right. 2 more. You're ready, option to bring the left hand in front of the right, sending the hips back a bit. Feel as if you're pressing the left hand away, and maybe pressing the left hip away as well. A really nice QL stretch. Back up, left hand beneath the right, a little bit of barrel rolls, just dropping the belly, rounding. and then reversing. And then from here, we're going to do a little bit of scapular cars. So with your hands on the ground, still in our tabletop position, you're going to let the chest come down. Think about circling the shoulders, sending the shoulders forward towards your ears. As you start to lift the upper back, you'll feel the shoulder heads dropping below, pulling in front. Do that one more time in this direction. And maybe reversing it. So you'll send the hips back a little bit, dropping down, moving forward a bit, pressing up. Hope this makes sense. Really good for scapular, the shoulders. Beautiful. And then from here, option to tuck the toes and maybe just lift the knees. So really, we're not sinking this time into the shoulders. Feel the strength of our upper back. Feel the strength of the core here. Beautiful. And then you might press the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out here, bending one knee, bending the other. Beautiful. Option to bring a bend to the knees and then ripple through the spine, coming on up into plank pose. And your plank, you can bring your knees down immediately. You can keep the knees lifted, play in between that, and then sending the hips back up to the sky. The option to do that again. I'm going to bend into my knees, ripple through the spine. Find plank pose. Beautiful. This time, let's drop the knees, drop the belly, come all the way down. Take an inhale to just a baby cobra where you maybe your hands even float. We're not even pressing down. And then softening back down. Again, nice inhale to that baby cobra. The hands can float above the ground. And then soften down. And then from here, you might send the hands out wide and in front of you a bit, like the letter Y as we press into the earth, lifting up, finding lots of length. An extension through the spine and softening down. And take a couple more of these, your own pace. Beautiful. And sliding the hands back beside the chest. Let's press it all the way back, child's pose. Maybe your knees are wide, maybe they're together. Just find your own. Might sway, which is really nice for the nervous system. As you're ready, coming back up through tabletop. And once again, perhaps taking downward dog. You can always have your hands on blocks, a wall, a chair. And walking your feet towards your hands. Knees might be bent very generously. You might sway the hips, maybe take opposite elbows, Or you might rest your forearms on your thighs. Well, let's find a half lift, lengthening through the spine, the shoulders, the chest. Engaging the core. Beautiful, softening back down. We're going to press into the earth, root to rise. Really press the earth away. We're going to come all the way up into a tall mountain. Palms touch, and we'll bring that right to our heart space. Beautiful. Let's sweep the arms all the way back up. And again, we can take a dive down, bending the knees as much as you like. Find that half lift. Softening down. Once again, root to rise, pressing the earth away, coming all the way up. And hands to the heart. You might take your feet a little bit further apart and just sweeping your right arm up and over, really grounding that left hand. Take that to the other side, reaching the left arm up and over, grounding the left foot. Coming back to center, let's sweep the arms all the way back up. And then bringing our hands to our hips and just bringing some movement into the hips, a little bit of circling. And reverse. Finding our stance, bringing our feet back together. Palms open, cores gently engaged. We're going to step the right foot back to warrior one. You might take it through a fold, totally up to you. I'm going to reach my arms up and dive back down. Stepping the right foot back and dropping the heel, bending into the knee. If you're taking this from a fold, really pressing into the earth, that root to rise again. Bending into the left knee. Beautiful. You might sweep the arms down, finding a hinge here. So creating a long line from your right heel to the crown of your head. Sweep the arms back up. Take it again, hinging at the hip, long line. Sweep the arms back up. Beautiful. Option to take the hands, maybe bring them behind your back, interlacing your fingers. Release the hands, and let's just step that right foot forward, maybe playing with a little bit of balance. Switch to the other side. You can step back from a stand, or you might take it through somewhat of a vinyasa as we fold. Finding a half lift and softening down, stepping that left foot back as we drop the heel, bend into the right knee, and again, root to rise. Beautiful. You might cactus the arms, lift the heart, feel the core engage. Pressing the hands back to the sky. back to our cactus arms. Beautiful. And then releasing the hands down, maybe with a little momentum, pressing off that left foot and kind of flying our way back to the top of our mat, playing with balance. Just noticing for a moment your body here in the practice. Beautiful. Let's take a giant step back to go wide on our mat. So whatever that footing is for you. We keep the toes facing out a bit, maybe sinking down. Find your place in your horse leg. So maybe you're up here, maybe you're down here, wherever you are. You might kind of fluctuate. Maybe a little side to side movement, gliding along. And finding a little stillness, bringing the right arm up and over, left arm up and over. We'll just flow side to side here. Beautiful. Coming back to our center, bringing left shoulder towards the right knee, right shoulder towards the left knee. Come all the way up, 5-pointed star. On the exhale, sinking down into goddess. Bringing the arm bones right in, feeling the shoulder blades together. You do a little teeter here. Left elbow might drop, right elbow might drop. Coming back to center. Let's press it all the way up. We'll send the toes forward this time. Hands can come to your hips. And we'll just hinge right at the hip. Notice how your legs feel here. Bring your hands down to the ground or to blocks, whatever feels right. And then option here to walk the hands out. So getting a stretch of the shoulders. And you might stay right here or slide forward, bringing your shoulders over the wrists. A wide-legged plank, and then sending the hips back. Maybe doing that 1 or 2 more times. We can walk the hands back beneath us. Hands to the hips. We're going to draw all that energy from our feet all the way up through the pelvic floor. You might squeeze into the glutes as you come on up. Nice. And then we can take whatever it is your front leg. So mine is the left. And we'll step back forward to the front of our mat. Beautiful. Sweeping the arms all the way up. Let's take a fold. And down. Finding that half lift. And softening down. And step the left foot all the way back. Low lunge. Drop the left knee. Tap it down. Beautiful. Sending the hips back so we can lengthen that right leg. Feel free to use blocks here. Coming back forward. And then from here, tucking the left toes, we'll send the hips up and back for pyramid pose. So you might hop your left foot in a little bit. You might use some blocks here to create space. Beautiful option to keep the left hand on the block on the ground and start to slide your right hand towards your right hip. There's maybe a little bit of a twist here. Just an opening of the chest. You can always bring your arm to the sky if that feels right for you. Beautiful. Right hand comes back down. Nice. And then right from here, we can step the feet together. So left foot comes forward, taking that half lift and softening down. And this time we'll step the right foot all the way back for low lunge, tapping the right knee down. You can send the hips back, lengthening through the left leg. Beautiful. Coming back forward to the low lunge. And once again, option to tuck the right toes, sending the hips up and back. I'm going to hop my right foot in a little bit, drawing the left hip back. An option to keep the right hand grounded. You might bring the left hand to your left hip. You're looking off to your side, your left side. You might send that left arm up. Core is engaged. Beautiful. Bringing the left hand back down if it's lifted. Nice. Let's bend into the left knee, tap the right knee down. We could just bring the knees together, hands on the ground. And once again, we'll take some cat-cows. Beautiful. And from here, we can come onto our seat. Bringing our feet out in front. Let me just lower that screen a bit. A little bit of our windshield wipers, letting the knees fall side to side. And then perhaps meeting up with them falling to your left. You might bring your hands on either side of your front knee. If this back leg does not feel good, then lengthen it out. That's always an option. Inhaling the left arm, or no, sorry, it's your right arm. Sorry, up to the sky. And then we're going to thread that behind the other hand. Beautiful. Inhaling back up. Nice. And then from here, we'll take this to the other side. So maybe you use your hands to guide you. Maybe you don't. As you let the knees fall to your right. Hands can come on either side of your knee. Of course, that back leg can be straight out instead. Inhaling the left arm up to the sky and threading that behind the right. Beautiful. Up. And then option here to continue going back and forth or skipping it. Be playing with using your hands or not using your hands to guide you there. Finding some free movement in your body, whatever it looks like. And then finding a comfortable seat. So your legs might be crossed, they might be open, they might be behind you. Find what works for you. Step on a block. Let's just roll into our shoulders. You might bring your fingertips to your shoulders and circle your elbows. Beautiful. Let's sweep the arms all the way open. The heart lifts. On the exhale, we'll bring the palms together, navel to the spine, chin to the chest. Might do that 2 more times. Beautiful. Coming back to center, let's sweep the arms to the sky. Take a seated twist, turning towards your left. Lengthen the spine. Now the arms to the sky. We'll turn to the other side. Beautiful. Let's come back to center. Just notice how your neck is feeling. Might turn it to both sides just to kind of feel into any tightness. And then bringing our index finger into the base, the bottom of the ear, and the thumb behind the earlobe, and just massaging these big circles in the ears, pulling, circling, breathing. Reversing your circles. Nice. And then just releasing that. Taking your right hand, bringing it to your left wrist. So my arm is bent. I'm going to pull down the skin, letting my left hand just fall. And then slowly bringing that left hand, starting to engage all the fingers, bringing it up towards the sky and reaching the fingers back. Beautiful. Releasing that. We'll go to the other side. Left hand on the right wrist, pulling the skin down. The right hand just kind of falls forward. You're continuing to pull the skin down as you start to engage your fingers, lifting them up towards the sky and reaching them back. Beautiful. Releasing that. And then we can go through each finger with your opposite hand, just circling it, giving it a little pull and a tug. Nice. And then just letting your hands rest. Let's turn our heads to the left. Just notice how it feels. Turning your head to the right. Come back to center, bringing any movement into your neck, your shoulders, swimming movement. Beautiful. And as you're ready, you can come down onto our backs, taking your time to get there. Draw the knees in wide, maybe rock side to side. Breathing in, breathing out. And coming into a supine pigeon. So left foot is down. We can bring the right ankle to the left thigh, or any version of this that feels right in your body. You can keep that left foot on the ground, a block, or draw the legs in. Maybe using your hands or strap or towel behind the left thigh. Breathing into any sensations that are here. Really taking the time to notice. Bringing that left foot down, switching sides. So left ankle to the right thigh, and stay here. Draw the legs in, flexing into your left foot. Uncrossing the legs, bringing the feet down nice and wide, knees bent, and just letting the knees fall side to side. And checking in with your body. Is there a specific shape, stretch, movement you would like to take? You might want to bring a block or a pillow beneath your sacrum. Send your feet to the sky. You might want to come into happy baby. Whatever would serve you right now. Here you are, take a few breaths. And then from here, you might have found a place you want to stay in for your Shavasana. Finding a way into your own Shavasana. Maybe that's with pillows, blankets. You might use a big pillow under your knees. Blocks, whatever would support you here. Feeling the weight of your head supported. Feeling the width of your upper back, your shoulders. Opening the jaw, eyes, forehead. Envisioning your body is just creating this imprint in the sand, taking up space. Releasing all gripping, all holding. And just be. invite you to slowly come back into your body, connecting with your breath. Taking a full breath here, flying it out into your fingers, your toes. And if it serves you, rolling to your left or right side, taking a look there, noticing your experience. And coming back to your intention. Slowly making your way up to a comfortable seated position. I invite you to close your eyes or have a soft gaze, perhaps bringing your hands to your heart space, offering yourself love, compassion, and so much gratitude for taking this time for you and sharing your practice with us. The light in me honors the light in you. I hope you all have a beautiful day today. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Cynthia.
Cynthia.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Have a
Thank
good day, everyone.
Yes, you too.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye. Yeah, you too.
Bye.